The rain had just started to fall when Daniel Whitmore pushed open the glass door of Willow's café, his hand protectively resting on the small shoulder of his 10-year-old daughter, Sophie. Sophie was the kind of child who could steal your heart without saying a word, literally. She had been mute since birth, her world filled with expressions, gestures, and a quiet resilience that Daniel both admired and feared for. Daniel was not used to feeling helpless. He had built his fortune from nothing, turning a rundown construction business into one of the most profitable companies in the state. He was decisive, calculated, confident. But when it came to his daughter's silence, he was lost. They slipped into a corner booth. Sophie reached for her sketchpad, her way of speaking when sign language wasn't enough, and began to draw a steaming cup of cocoa. Daniel smiled faintly, signaling for the waitress. That's when she walked in. A young woman in her 20s, hair damp from the rain, carrying a tray of coffee mugs. She moved with purpose, her eyes scanning the room until they landed on Sophie. Then something remarkable happened, something so small that Daniel almost missed it. The young woman, without saying a word, began signing. Hello. My name is Lily. What's your name? Sophie froze, eyes widening. Her small hands hesitated before bursting into motion. Sophie. Daniel blinked, his heart tripping over itself. Sophie almost never signed to strangers. But here she was, smiling, her hands alive with words, her eyes lighting up like he hadn't seen in months. Lily signed back with fluid grace, their silent conversation flowing faster than Daniel could follow. He watched as his daughter laughed, actually laughed, her whole face blooming. Finally, he couldn't take it. How do you know sign language? Daniel asked, his voice low. Lily turned, her smile warm but tinged with something deeper. My little brother was born deaf. We grew up signing before he passed away last year. I haven't used it much since. Her words hit Daniel like a quiet storm. This wasn't just a skill. It was a piece of her heart, one she had just given to his daughter without hesitation. For the next 30 minutes, Sophie and Lily talked about everything from favorite animals to the rainy weather, Sophie's hands dancing faster than Daniel had ever seen. He didn't understand the signs, but he understood the joy. When it was time to leave, Sophie clung to Lily's hand. Her sketchpad was open on the table, and there on the last page was a drawing of 3 people, Sophie, Daniel, and Lily, all smiling. Daniel's throat tightened. He reached for his wallet, pulled out a crisp business card, and slid it across the table. I don't know what you're doing now, Lily, but I'd like to hire you. Not as a waitress. As Sophie's tutor, her mentor, maybe even her friend. Lily's eyes glistened. She nodded, her hand gently resting on Sophie's shoulder. That night, as they walked back to the car, Sophie tugged on her father's coat. She signed something he didn't recognize, but Lily translated quietly behind them. She said, "Thank you for hearing me." Daniel stopped under the soft glow of the street lamp, his chest tightening with a mix of pride and regret. He had given his daughter every luxury money could buy, but tonight, in a small cafe on a rainy street, a young woman had given her something priceless. And in that moment, Daniel understood, sometimes the richest gift you can give isn't wealth, but connection. Kindness doesn't always come with grand gestures, sometimes it's in the silent language of compassion, the kind that speaks straight to the heart.